Welcome back to Inside Politics. Our guest today is Ralph Schulz, the head of the Nashville Area Chamber of Commerce. Ralph, things have been so quiet around Nashville, particularly in the driving area, that people almost seem like they're longing for a big old Nashville rush hour traffic jam. But if there is a rebound, is there a concern we're having bigger traffic jams? People may not use the bus like they did because of social distancing concerns, and the same thing may be true about using ride sharing. So are we going to really find out what a traffic jam is when we come back?
You know, I think as we're easing back and most businesses are going slowly with it, I think we're not going to see that sudden rush of traffic anyway. The chamber is an example. We're probably going to be continuing to work mostly remotely for the month of June. So I think you're going to see businesses returning slowly. Therefore, I think traffic is going to be mitigated, moderated. But I do think, transit's still an issue for the future.
The mayor has decided that given the amount of money that Metro's lost in tax revenues, and it's been unprecedented, I think over $500 million over the last 16 months, or will have that much for the next 16 months, he's asking for a 32% property tax increase in the budget he's submitted to the council. Does the chamber support that?
Well, Pat, we have a virtual board meeting on May 29th where we'll be discussing that. So technically the chamber doesn't have any position on it, but you may be aware of the financial study that was undertaken by the chamber in the last year. And one of the things it found was that Nashville's expenses are pretty closely managed when compared to other benchmark cities similar to us and cities that we've looked at in the past. So, there's no question that there's a need for financial management activity, and that report pointed to the fact that there's a need for revenue, but the chamber really hasn't taken a position on that proposal at this point. We'll be discussing it here at the end of May, and we're in the process right now of hearing from our members and our leadership how they feel about it.
But a 32% increase is quite a bit at a time we're basically in a recession, if not depression, at least temporarily. And we also have situations where people having closed their businesses or not be able to reopen their businesses. People have been laid off. That's hard to say and pay more money in taxes.
Yeah, I think one of the big things that we have to stay focused on is that rainy day fund that the city has nurtured over time has been heavily used in this crisis and will continue to be heavily used. And the state has a requirement that we maintain a certain percentage of rainy day fund in the city, and that's going to have to be restored. So, I think we're just looking at a convergence of factors that require this kind of option to be considered.
As the recovery has begun, Nashville has been in a different situation than the surrounding counties. We've been able to decide that ourselves here in Davidson County. The surrounding counties have been covered by the state. Has that created any confusion or problems for your members? They have competitors right down the road in another county that can do things they haven't been able to do.
I think that some immediate needs that people might have had, they might have gone to those other locations to get those needs satisfied. But generally, again, those business fundamentals, the customer relationships, the convenience of location, and so forth and so on, we're confident that the economy of Davidson County is going to operate the way it has operated in the past. And I would tell you there's really been minimal confusion and minimal difficulty with that staggered opening. But again, as time goes on, I think those will mitigate.
One thing to take away from all of this is what a great way the city of Nashville and the citizens here and the other people across the state have rallied to this. This has not been a situation where people have been fighting about it, going to court. We've all tried to find a way to make this work.
Yeah, it's, we hear a lot of commentary that, for instance, the roadmap to reopening that the mayor put out, I was hearing from around the country that there were people in other cities, business people, saying that was the best plan that they had seen for a local economy. There are a lot of things. Nashville at one point in time was on the hotspot list as the next hotspot for the virus, and then the following week it was gone. I mean, I think that's a tribute to the community exercising its civic pride and participating in making this a safe community. So there are a lot of positive messages that come out of this, although this is an extreme challenge with loss of life, and you can never minimize that.
Ralph Schulz, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck in the future as you continue to help Nashville rebound and recover.
Thank you, Pat. We're all going to do it together.
And thank you for joining us this week on Inside Politics. We'll be back here again for a future show. If you can't get enough politics in the meantime, go to the News Channel 5 website. You'll find my Capitol View commentary there. The new commentary posted every Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy Memorial Day, and we'll see you back here next time. Goodbye.